Hi, good evening. So let me just say for this post, this is the first time that I've ever really attributed statistics or data analysis in such an important context. So what this article really shows is that data and analytics are present in every situation in our lives and can cause leaders to raise a proverbial red flag in such instances where it's really warranted. So at a minimum, in cases where situations can become random occurrences, it may at least warrant some level of investigation. So our text really does a good job of highlighting the fact that probability and really analysis of this sort is present everywhere in our daily lives, not only in business, but again in our everyday occurrences. So in this case, it happens to be a bit of a dark connotation, but it really brings home the importance of understanding the implications of data and how it can impact our lives. In this case study, shows that it impacts the lives of the patients and those that are being adversely impacted by the mortality rate in this instance, as well as the potential impacts on the lives of surgeons that are impacted by these statistics. So this study really, in my opinion, seems to blur the lines a bit between the normal distribution and the Poisson distribution. So the normal distribution, as we know, is often called and referred to as the bell curve and is broadly utilized in statistics and in business settings, which occurs naturally and has very few outliers, while the Poisson recognizes that events can happen any amount of time throughout a period with a constant and operating at a constant occurrence rate. So it could very well be that the surgeons in this case were operating within the allowable amount of the 3 standard deviations to fall well within that normal bell curve. And as poor luck or other extenuating circumstances may have had it, that were never brought to light within the context of this very short and brief article. So perhaps the health level is just an example of the patient's or other circumstances that weren't identified. Again, that this surgeon saw were far worse than the national average, leading to perhaps a more inflated mortality rate. We truly just cannot know for sure. So all we can do is know that, okay, by all accounts, we know that something is causing these patients in this location to exceed the national mortality rate of 5.47%. However, without any additional information, we can't truly identify that variable. So what this information does provide is it provides the leadership in this situation, such as hospital administrators and et cetera. It offers them the opportunity to use data moving forward to further investigate, to ensure that these blips on the radar and blips on the screen aren't something that they can impact from their level. So at this point, we understand that yes, outliers can and do happen, and with potentially more information, we could approximate a Poisson distribution by the normal distribution tables provided within our text. But as it stands currently, again, I really don't think that the abnormally high percentages are cause for anything other than a heightened sense of awareness as it pertains to leadership involvement and future potential investigation as necessary. So thank you.